So Ty, I mean, this team is has surpassed, I think, most expectations so far. If we were going to be nitpicky, and since you played on that side of the football, the defense gets off to slow starts in these games.
Yes, that very slow, and I think because of the greatness of Josh McDaniel and who we have as our quarterback right now is covering up a lot of things that they're going to have to get better in, especially when it comes late November, December, when you're trying to make that playoff run and for positioning. So you can't start off slow because other teams are going to get better too. But again, the offense is so good right now that it covers it up. But you can't start like that. You know how it is when you get later in the season, Wiggy, then you get injuries. You're hurting a little bit more. So you got to start off strong and fast. And I know that Mike Vrabel was probably pounding that into their heads. Hey, we can't start off like this defense. You know what I mean? We got certain players out there. You're making a lot of damn money. I ain't trying to call nobody out because we all get beat.
Well, what about Carlton Davis?
Okay, making a lot of money. You got to play.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Not living up to it in your mind.
Not to the contract, or as far as like, not saying that he's not a great player. I mean, he earned his contract, elsewhere.
Don't be afraid. You can say it.
No, I ain't afraid. He ain't whooping my ass. I ain't never scared, Wiggy. You know that. But again, I think he has to play better because there is a standard, especially when it comes to, and this pressure comes along with it when you're the big time and the big name cornerback. You know what I mean? Because right now you're getting paid more than the actual number one. Which is Gonzo. You know what I mean? So you're getting paid that type of money. You got to go out there and perform. And right now he's just not playing up to the standards of the contract or who he was coming in as a free agent.
Yeah. You can't be making $20 million a year and getting cooked out there.
Looking back at free agents, I feel like they did a pretty good job. Like Milton Williams to me is fantastic and has been fantastic.
Milton has done a good job. I think Harold Landry is seeing a lot of double teams. I'm seeing him get chipped and stuff like that. That's why I'm so big on hopefully they add another pass rusher, take some of the pressure off of Landry because he started off good, but now it's like, all right, we now need to know where this number, I think he's wearing number 2 or something like that.
People figured him out.
Yeah, we need to find out where he is. And now if you don't have somebody on the other side who can get after it as well, now they can just focus on you. And unless you're Myles Garrett, double teams are going to take most guys out of the picture. So that's why I'm hoping that they add another edge guy that'll take the pressure off of Landry.
Who's available?
Trey Hendrickson is available. Oh, well, I don't know if he's available, but there were trade talks. And Kayvon Thibodeau, one of the Giants' defensive linemen. Yeah, because Brian Burns, they're paying him a ton of money. They drafted Abdul Carter, number 3?
Two, right?
Number 2. Yeah. So that means, and they drafted Thibodeau number 5.
Number 3, you were right the first time. All right. Travis Hunter went 2.
And they
you're right.
And they drafted Thibodeau, I think maybe number 5 a few years ago. So one of those guys is going to be the odd man out. So it's ultimately.
So if they drafted him 5 a few years ago, he's not living up to expectations?
Not as what they want him to be living up to. And then you paid Burns a ton of money. So you're not going to move on from him. So. And you know how it is. You can't have 3 pass rushes because only 2 can be on the field.
Right.
So I think ultimately that's why you hear his name being thrown around.
So trade deadline Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know that's the number one need for you. Is that your number one need? Or do you want a running back?
No, hell no. I think we got, the running back by committee. That's how we had success before. Even when you talk about Drake Maye, his stats, how many times with all the great performance that he put up that you have a number one receiver? Usually you have somebody's getting 100 yards. He's doing all this where he's spreading the ball out and no one's getting 100 yards, but yet his stats and his QBR is amazing. So I would agree with Wiggy saying a pass rusher because defensively they playing too much damn zone.
Right.
And if you're going to play that much damn zone, you need a pass rusher. So I agree with you, Wiggy, on that. Or get up in the face and help your guys out because the Patriots right now, they're not getting to the quarterback with 4. You have to get creative. You have to blitz to actually get pressure. So if you bring somebody in, like you said, an edge rusher, it's going to help those guys out in the secondary.
No concern, though, when the weather gets bad, when it comes to these guys holding on to the football? That doesn't concern you at all?
Travion Henderson had a fumble last week. And he's been pretty solid, so I'm not going to, jump the gun on him. We all know what Ramondre and Stevenson has done in the past and had some issues. There's always a little concern with him.
Right.
But I think when you start to look at the running back position, it's where is the best value and who is that guy? Like, so who would be somebody that you could trade for at the running back position versus somebody you could trade for at the edge position, and where are we going to get more value? And I think you're just going to get more value with the guys that are available at the edge.
We've been talking a lot about receivers and how going into the season we were worried about the receiver position, and Wiggy's been kind of on this from jump, because now it seems like there's no issue there. Like our receiver core is great. What is the change there in your mind?
I think Drake Maye, similar to Tom Brady, he makes good players seem great because he makes the right decisions. So, you think about Tom Brady's career when he finally got a Randy Moss, and no disrespect to the guys that we played with and won championships with, but no one looked at them as, oh, I got to worry about them. No, you had to more so worry about, Tom and the decisions he made. They're all good players. But when you play with a guy like Drake Maye, guess what? Some of you going to seem great. But if you put him on any other team, like Booty, I said, he's having a phenomenal season right now. But does anybody come into the game, I don't know, and say, hey, I'm worried about him?
But now you have to because of Drake?
No, I'm saying that, you have to worry about the overall team and the scheme. And hats off to, kudos to Josh McDaniel again, because he's still.
Who?
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels.
Hey, Josh McDaniels, because I'm telling you, if you look at his play calling,
absolutely nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you look at his play calling, the misdirection and the trickery every now and again. I mean, he is calling masterful games, and Drake Maye is playing it to a T. So you don't need a number one. You don't need a Michael Irvin.
Okay.
You don't need a Megatron when you're playing like that.
Hold that thought. I got to take a quick break.